All right, y'all. So back with another quick live. I thought I would just go ahead and do a quick live post fight discussion on this one instead of recording the video. Kind of give my thoughts on the main event last night for Combate Global. Shout out to some of y'all, most of y'all that stayed in there when I did the fight companion for it last night. But yeah, let's look at this. Let's look back at this main event. Lucero Acosta versus Mariel Celimen. As y'all know, Acosta, she's been out of the cage for like a year, and she coming off that loss to Chantel Coates. But I'm not gonna lie, man, she looked pretty sharp in this fight. She definitely made some improvements to her game. She was looking a little bit sharper than what I remember from the last times I seen her, like a year or two ago. Um, Silva, I thought she was gonna come in there and be a little bit more aggressive. You know, um, take the striker down, but she got outstruck and outboxed in this fight. And this was kind of the fight they wanted to push for Acosta. I'm not going to lie anyway. I'll talk about it here in a minute because, Acosta, she's seen as the favorite. She's kind of seen as the poster woman here. She's the model-esque woman. She's the OnlyFans model. So, they definitely want to help her out here. But I just found a couple of the moments in there weird, with the separations and everything going into the second round. But I mean, overall, Acosta did what she had to do to win. I mean, she fought a very smart striking fight. Very smart on the feet. Put on a striking clinic for the most part. The first round, she was fighting with a good jab and some good leg kicks in this fight. She was measuring well. I just find it kind of weird how she continued to like amp Seliman up every time Elman would try to go in for these takedowns. It was like she was getting frustrated. But I was like, ain't that part of the fight? I was like, ain't that part of the fight? Yeah, whenever somebody goes in and takes you down, you're supposed to defend. Like, she kept on doing this thing. I didn't know she was like egging her on or she was complaining about her holding, trying to take her down. So I didn't understand that, because Seliman is a grappler. She's a grappler, so she's going to try to go in and take you down, right? She's going to go in and try to clinch you and try to drop for a single leg or grab you. But every time Acosta would break you, you have this look like that's not supposed to be happening, So she would go right back to her jab and just kind of pick Seliman apart, with these shots. So she won the first round, but second round it started to even up a little bit. Seliman started fighting smarter, letting her hands go and pushing Acosta into the cage, landing some nice right hands. She was hitting her with some good shots. I mean, you could see Acosta's face get marked up in that second round. She was getting hit with some good right hands, and then Seliman finally got a good takedown. She finally got a good takedown. And as she was in the guard in top position, the referee stood him up. And I just kind of found that weird. Like, I understand like some of the other separations, like in the other fights when somebody's pressing you to the cage and nothing's happening. It's like a stalemate for like 4 or 5 minutes. Not 4 or 5 minutes because that's the round, but like maybe for like a minute or even like 40 seconds, nothing's happening. It's like a stalemate. You break them up against the cage if somebody's just sitting there, if somebody's just like a blanket on the ground, right? But I thought Seliman was actually having some success, when she was in that top position. But before she could really get anything going, she got stood back up, So luckily she did enough to secure that round, because they did open scoring. So you could see Seliman did win that second round on the judges' scorecard. So I was like, wow, man, she almost lost that round because when they got back to the feet, she started getting hit with some of them outside leg kicks again and them jabs from Acosta. But going into the last round, both fighters to me started to look like they were wearing down from, Seliman chasing, Acosta, just doing a lot of movement. A lot of movement from both of these fighters were wearing them down. It just came down to who was going to level up. And it was Acosta in the second round. Third round, she was popping more jabs off. She was, letting her combinations go, hitting that leg, hitting that lead leg, and just ripping the eye of Seliman in the third round. I mean, if you look at Seliman's eye, I thought they were about to stop the fight. I thought they were about to stop it, but it was enough to go on, because, like I said, they trying to push Acosta here. So so much more than Seliman. But Seliman, she survived the round. I mean, she just got picked apart. She really just got picked apart this round. She did land some good punches here and there, but it was like her energy level was gone, from trying to get some of these takedowns, and Acosta's takedown defense improved over the past year. So with the open scoring, you already knew who won the fight. I already knew who won the fight. Acosta let her hands go more. Fought, they pretty much, like I said, let her fight the fight she wanted. Whereas Seliman, when she did get a takedown, and to me could have been more effective with it, even though she won the round, it was kind of like questionable, like why the referee stood them up so fast, right? And I think Juliana Pena saw it too. I know Juliana Pena, she wasn't, just going for Seliman because she's a similar fighter, because she's Venezuelan and she a grappler too. But she saw it too. She was like, why did they stand her up? She didn't even get a chance to get going. And if that's her style, like, they kind of playing favoritism. You know what I mean? George, what's going on? George said La Loba was the one Chantel beat last year. Yeah, I was just talking about that, man. Like, that was her last fight last year. Yeah, she had lost that fight to her, and just been out for like a year doing the OnlyFans thing, right? Appreciate it, George. George with the $3 spot said, "Congrats on getting monetized." Appreciate that, man. I know, man, you on your way. Get to that 1K. We can get there. Keep doing what you're doing for the ladies in bodybuilding. I know they appreciate it. You always got support, man. Yeah, appreciate that, man. But yeah, bro, it's coming, man. You keep doing it. Just keep on doing it. Keep putting them on the map, and that respect, they're gonna show it. It's gonna come back. Marcus Bell, what's up, man? But yeah, did you see the fight? Were you in there last night, Marcus? I was in there till like midnight covering this thing. It was a good fight. It wasn't a bad fight. Like I said, it turned out to be, just basic striker versus grappler. Still a lot of work that needs to be done there. I mean, her takedown defense has gotten better, but if she's in there with a grappler with a gas tank that's going to keep pushing, and she fights in another organization where they're not so lenient with the ground control, well, if they're more lenient with the ground control, she's going to be in some trouble. Like say if she in LFA, when you get taken down and somebody's on top and you don't have the ref to break you up to go back to striking, you're going to be in trouble when somebody's on top you like that. Because I was going to go back and count the seconds for Seliman, how long it was. Like, I think it was maybe like 30 seconds, and he stood them up fast, like before she could get any work done in the guard, Think what's going on? Yeah, Mark said he saw the fight. George said, did anyone see Serrano versus McCourt? Not yet. I got to watch it tonight. I watched the Floyd fight. I watched the Shakur fight. I haven't watched that one yet. I heard Serrano was in for a fight. I heard she was getting touched up in this fight. I heard that, yeah. Yeah, I heard she wasn't on the, styles make fights, but I just heard that, it was a tougher fight than it should have been. Yeah, Marcus said, I think Amanda shouldn't fight Katie yet. Yeah, I don't think so either. Not yet. Let's see. For Seliman, there's still a lot of work that needs to be done. I think Mariel Celimen, she's aggressive, but still has trouble cutting the octagon off, cutting those angles on a mover. And she's going to get pieced up, if she doesn't improve her defense like this. Maybe with Juliana Pena doing some commentating side, corner, commentate / coaching on the side there, she might want to take Seliman under her wing, and maybe she could help her improve as a fighter, because Pena is that good of a trainer. Pena is that good of a trainer to me. So maybe she want to take Seliman on her wing. They're very similar. I mean, not just they're Venezuelan, but they both are grapplers, have similar styles. Both have daughters, young daughters, and they both got that hunger. So maybe that needs to be her coach. Loba, as they call her, La Loba. I need to see a little bit more from her, defense wise, and not doing so much movement, because I think that's wearing her down in these fights. I just want to see her be a little bit more efficient with her strikes, and not so dependent on taking these big leaps out of the way and running outside. Being a little bit more economical with her movement, so she doesn't get so tired. But like I said, it's early in their career. She's what, 2-2 now, 3-2. So I like to see her fight somewhere outside of a combate, just to see, take on some different styles and different levels, or bring in some other fighters from like LFA, or take her on, or let's see her go over to Invicta FC, get in a couple fights, fight her way up to Karina Rodriguez or something like that. Not yet fight Karina Rodriguez, but fight some of them fighters in that level. George said if La Loba was a better fighter, the UFC would pick her up. Yeah. If she was halfway decent, I know what you mean. If she was halfway decent, the UFC would try to grab her. She wouldn't even have to be like top level. They would just grab her because, Dana White, he said, she's got the it factor. She's got the it factor going on. So it wouldn't even have to be like that great of a fight. So, yeah. Karina Rodriguez in the Bellator now, right? Isn't she injured right now? I was looking at her Instagram. I was looking up some information on her. She would definitely test her skills at Invicta. I'd like to see her fight somebody like Christina Williams. And who else is over there? They got a bunch of new flyweights coming in now. What's that one girl that fought Karina Rodriguez 2 times? I can't remember. Yeah, definitely gonna pick her for eye candy. Definitely gonna pick her up for eye candy. Especially, she got the OnlyFans and everything. So they gotta capitalize on their demographic, man. Speaking of OnlyFans, I see Paige Van Zandt. She was already doing the thing anyway. Paige was already doing like her own site, but she got her OnlyFans now. She going that route too. So I guess a lot of the women know at some point, which we'll talk about, when they know their skills aren't up to par, that's when the flesh starts coming out. Right? Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, Christina Williams is out of her fight, y'all. Yeah, Christina Williams is off the co-main event. I think Christina Williams can win that belt too, man. She's been looking better. But yeah, they got somebody stepping in now. Yeah, I'll be on to do a fight companion for Invicta Wednesday. If y'all tune in, we'll watch it. Because it's on YouTube, so we'll pull it up and we'll watch it together. Marcus said, if UFC needs low-level fighters that can fill in for a fighter that doesn't have a name lined up, then I believe Loba's name would be in that hat. Please don't do that, man. That would be... because even the low level in UFC is pretty tough to me. Like, the unranked fighters, they can be tough. Imagine putting Loba in there with, like, Natalia Silva. Oh, that'd be a crazy striking match, but I'm going to go with Silva. Either Silva, Karine Silva. Karine Silva's 100% finisher right now. Karine Silva ain't going to have the referee to save her. If Karine Silva takes her down, But yeah, I think that'd be the next level for her. She has good striking, good jab. She definitely looked better than she did last year. I think her stance and her commitment to her punches and her kicks, they've improved. Good leg kicks. Yeah, got to give her credit for the jab. I ain't gonna discredit the fighter here, and say she's not a good fighter just because she does OnlyFans. But yeah, she has improved since the last year. She has improved with that time off. Yeah, George. Yeah. I posted up about that a few days ago about GDR baby. Yeah, so yeah, GDR ain't coming back for a while, yo. GDR's not coming back for a while. Sink said combo, I think if Floba got good cardio, she'd be UFC level. You think so? I think good cardio plus, maybe the addition of a ground game. Let's make sure her ground game is good. I want to see a little bit more how she looks on her back. Not where the referee's gonna stand fighters up. I want to see her on the back a little bit more. Cause she only got what? She's only 3-2, and give her a couple more fights. And I'm not trying to be funny, but that cardio, she got to build it up because she's lugging around something. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not talking about, you know what I mean? Like, she's carrying extra weight. I'm not talking about fat. I'm not calling her fat at all. You know what I'm talking about? She's lugging some extra baggage up there. So I'm just being real. Like, that's carrying those around. That's some extra, weight there. So that's part of that. You gotta build that cardio. Two Beats, what's up? He said, did you someone say Natalia Silva? Yes, sir. Yeah, I saw good fundamentals. Yeah, definitely saw some good fundamentals there. Sink said, Yon wasn't good on her back when she was signed. Yeah, she wasn't. And we seen what happened. You know what I mean? Like, she got some wins. They matched her up right. Well, you see what happened as soon as she got up to the Carla fight. Devastating. So, let's get it. Let's get it early. Let's get well-rounded now before we hit the brick wall. Like Marina Rodriguez doing well with hers, but it'd be nice to have a nice addition to some, better movement on the ground that she survives, but I like to see a little bit more. Yeah, her striking is fun to watch. Acosta, I'm not gonna lie, I like the striking. I've seen better skills from her than like a Danielle Wolf. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, Acosta. Oh man, Acosta's light years better than Danielle Wolf. I mean, that's the difference between. I'm glad you bring that up because that's the difference. I'm gonna use this example in the video. Thank you, Sink. I talked about it the other day. When I was talking about MMA striker and boxing already, but this is another good example of La Loba. Her fundamentals come from boxing, right? But she's not approaching the fight like a boxer, right? She's not like fighting like a pure boxer. You go back and look at Danielle Wolf's fight. Danielle Wolf was just a boxer in there. You put the gloves and the shoes and the trunks on her, she would have just been a boxer. But you can see Acosta's movement. She's moving to avoid kicks. She's moving to throw her own kicks. She's moving to avoid takedowns. She's moving to avoid, the clinch, everything, So she definitely transitioned her boxing fundamentals into an MMA fighter, whereas Danielle Wolf just came in from being a boxer to the UFC as a boxer. Yeah, George. I'm just saying, the extra weight, that's that. Gotta build that cardio up. But yeah, that's a good point though. Yeah, I was definitely, her skill sets is so much better. What's her name? They just signed Jacqueline Amram too. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. They might let her win a belt here first. Combate's probably going to do like a flyweight tournament. they're going to do like a flyweight tournament. And then they'll might let her win a belt or win like the tournament and maybe sign her. All right, let's see. Right, Marcus. Yeah, Marina was surviving on the ground with Carla, but those points were building up for Carla. Exactly. Like you're surviving. Okay. Every now and then you might have to survive, right? But the person with the better ground game is going to thrive. They'll thrive. 2B said, "Hey, Combo, did you see Lee McCourt versus Diana Silva?" I did. I did. I just watched it this afternoon when I got up, man. I just watched it this afternoon, and my thoughts. Will I save it for another video? I'll give you my overall thoughts. I was disappointed. I was a little disappointed in Diana Silva. I thought she was doing better in round 2 and 3, but come on. Leah McCourt, I'm not going to lie, Leah McCourt improved her strikings a little bit, but there was no way Silva should have been getting outstruck. There was no way she should have been getting outstruck by Leah McCourt. She outstruck a much better striker in Janae Harding, but where was the what was this respect she was showing? Like, she was showing too much respect to Leah McCourt to me. Like, where was the consistent calf kick? She was getting like push kicked constantly by Leah McCourt and out jabbed at times. Now, Diana Silva did land some good punches. I mean, you can see the face, good right hands, here and there, but it wasn't aggressive enough. She didn't push this fight like she needed to. Maybe they thought they won. I mean, them 30-27 scorecards were ridiculous to me. It should have been a split decision, maybe for Leah McCourt or for Diana Silva, but I really wasn't impressed like that from the level that they're on. From where Silva's been before and who she's fought, she should have done better against Leah McCourt, in my opinion. Way better. And, I'm not dissing anything like that. I'm just being honest. From what she's fought before, she should have been better prepared for this fight. She fought better strikers than Leah McCourt. Leah McCourt's more of a ground fighter. That's why every time she was shooting for these takedowns, Leah McCourt would just stop her because she's bigger. She's a lot bigger and, just heavier. So I don't know why she was going for those takedowns like that. It should have been more of her controlling the striking. Stop fighting behind Leah McCourt. Marcus said Leah McCourt didn't show that she was levels above Silva. Yeah, to me, neither one really did. Like, I wasn't really like wowed or entertained watching this fight. I was just kind of looking at it like, okay, it was kind of a tit for tat fight, like a seesaw fight. George said McCourt might be next if Gary Cat Gano don't step up. Oh man, they've been going at it. I'm gonna post this up on my community page. I'm gonna post the latest on that. They've been going at it, boy. They've been going at it. Cat said Cyborg ducking because she boxing tonight. Yeah, Cyborg is boxing tonight. They've been going at it, man. George said, "Oh, boy, Cyborg's on OnlyFans." She might be doing like OnlyFans like Sarge, though. It might just be like it might be an OnlyFans like a fan site where it's just being updated on what she's doing. I hope, because she got a daughter now. She don't need her. Well, a lot of them women have daughters, but I'm just saying, like, Cyborg, she don't need to be doing the OnlyFans now. Almost, she don't need to be doing that type of OnlyFans at this point. Cyborg almost pushing 40. It just need to be a fan site where we can catch up on her as a fighter. I'm saying it. I'm just saying. Yeah, George. Not too risque. Yeah, don't be too risque at this point. You know what I mean? Like, she's already built her brand and got enough money where she ain't got to take nothing off like that. So I don't want to see her do that. To be said, so you thought Leah outstruck her, right? I thought the commentary had it way off in terms of Leah being in trouble and needing a finish. I wasn't listening. I wasn't playing. I wasn't listening to the commentary, 2 Beats, but I thought Leah McCourt was always touching Diana Silva, in my opinion. I thought she was always touching Silva. That's what was making me kind of mad about the fight. I think Silva was landing more. and damaging blows, like her left hook when she would step in, but she was missing a lot of overhand rights. She was missing a lot of them overhand rights. And I was like, what are you doing? Like, measure with your kicks first and then step in with the jab maybe and then throw the overhand. But, I don't think I don't think Leah McCourt needed a finish. I think Silva did, because when it came down to it, they were going to play favoritism anyway. And it would have been on Silva to get the finish to me. It was, yeah, Marcus. It was backwards. Yeah, like Silva was the one like going for takedowns here, and got a good takedown in round 2, I think. Got a good takedown, I think, in one of them rounds, and her wanting to grapple, that kind of threw me off. And then Leah McCourt was like outpointing her, like with the jab too. I was like, what's going on? Diana Silva's right hand was like so loopy, no straight ones. I was like, what's going on in this fight? That was a backwards fight. But that's the featherweight division we have at Bellator right now. We only got a top 7. We only got a top 7 right now. No top 10. All right. But that's all they want to deal with now. But we'll see what happens from here. But that's all I got, guys. I just wanted to stop through and talk about this fight last night. This Laloba fight. What's next for her? Yeah, she could probably. Yeah, don't be surprised. UFC might get her on the Contender Series if she gets a couple more wins. If she goes on a little 2-fight, 3-fight win streak, they might try to pick her up. For those purposes of building the UFC fan base with more eye candy. But she has improved as a fighter, I will say that. Seliman just needs to work on her game. Work on her wrestling to get these takedowns. Fight smarter behind the jab. Take some advice from Pena. Try to link up with Juliana Pena. Yeah. You said I feel like Leah McCourt was making her miss a lot and then bouncing off her shoulders. Yeah, she missed a lot of punches. Yeah, Diana Silva threw a lot, but she missed a lot too. I don't know. It's one of those fights you just like, okay. Yeah, George says share, like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, do that, guys. I'm about to roll out. Hit that like if you haven't. And subscribe if you haven't, guys. Let's see if I'll be back on later. About 7:30 or something. We'll see. Combo Breaker 99. I'm out, y'all. Peace.